video is about magnetism. How many people were taught at school that a magnetic cycle is a phi ratio? A phi ratio difference between a north and the south end of a magnetic cycle. How many people were taught that in nature everything wants to seek equilibrium? It wants to seek rest and balance. This is why opposites attract when it comes to magnetism. The north and the south pole want to seek each other out. But if that's the case, why is the north and the south sitting beside each other like this? Something else they don't teach you. There's an inertial plane between the two. It's what we call the black hole, the place of avoidance. These two can never meet, never marry, because they're separated. You've heard the mythological stories. The two lovers could never meet, so they swam out in the ocean or the sea or the river and then drowned. Well, because they found rest, they found equilibrium, and all things cease after that. Life would not exist on earth if everything found rest, equilibrium. But there is a time when earth does find equilibrium, and that's in the yearly shift when the sun comes down and crosses over in its analemma. There's 2.5 days each side of this crossover, which makes 5 holy days the Egyptians talk about, where there is rest. The difference between here and here, the two hemispheres, finds a balance. There's no longer a phi ratio imbalance. So this here represents one magnetic cycle. One magnetic cycle. The sun's yearly cycle. It's a yearly cycle, but there's plenty of cycles going on during the year, during the day. The sun follows the Earth's magnetic field, governed by the flexing, the diaphragm, of the actual ecliptic plane. This all sits at the centre Arctic, above the centre Arctic, hidden from us, because it's creation. We cannot see God, cannot see creation. It's hidden in the centre of the Arctic. And this is all part of the flat earth physics they don't tell you about. They don't want you to know, because they control everything, and they want to control your mind. And look how many people's minds have been controlled. Now, here we have two opposites here. You know, in Freemasonry they have the checkerboard on their floor. Why is that? Because they understand this magnetism here. It's a checkerboard system. North, south, north, south, north, south. Like that. So this south or the north, south or north, one of the two, they're both going to attract to each other, right? Look at that. So now that north and south has just found equilibrium. Okay? And it's moved its position. So now we have a north here and a south here, or vice versa. And I'm going to show you clearly the 3:2 ratio. Okay? So I've got another little magnet here. It's attracted, right? It's attracted at this end. So there's an opposite. It's attracted, let's say, look, repulsion, right? Repulsion, you can push it away. We've got attraction again. So we've got repulsion here, repulsion, but it gets to about, still repulsion here, look, only an attraction up here in the northern hemisphere, just like this cycle over here. This little bit here, not here. Look, that's clearly showing you the 3:2 ratio, the phi ratio. Not exactly 3:2, it's phi, 1.618. Okay, so you could say, you could call that the southern hemisphere, and then Stang hits the north, right up here. They do not teach you the true physics of our earth. If you want the true physics, go to my Patreon, patreon.com Lindsay Harris, all lowercase, one word. Or keep watching my YouTube channel, Tomb of Illumination, for more in-depth physics lessons on our flat earth that they will not tell you about.